Yo,
Whoa, what's up? What's up?
how's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. So, as some of y'all may see, it's just a two-man crew right now, but I think Night Terrors, he should be on his way. But welcome to Geeked Out Live. It's our new start time. It's 6 p.m. here, and I think it's 7 p.m. over there for y'all,
7
right?
p.m. EST.
Okay, gotcha. It's kind of weird now. It's like 6 p.m. Okay, it's like, that's like I'm used to kind of eating around this time and then getting ready for the show, but we kind of like be able to kind of like kind of re schedule everything. Got some dinner. Got some. How do you say it? Is General Sow chicken? General
That's how
T
I say it, General Sal, but
General
General
Sow
So. I've heard other people say General
General
So.
So. Okay, yeah. It was good. It was good. It was good. Had some of that. So yeah, just ready to have a. It's our new format or 2 hour show, I guess we're gonna try and do. Hopefully, we have enough content. Hopefully, we don't have any awkward silences or.
Only content.
So I guess we can. I don't know if we want to kick off with our weekly gets if we have anything, or maybe
Sure.
yeah, if we want to start that, and then KT can kind of catch up when he gets on. So
Sounds good. I'll go first.
okay.
Let's see. So first up, I got another Chaos Space Marine. So he's got that really cool kind of skull backpack, kind of bigger than the other one. So that's pretty dope. I like that.
Oh wow.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming.
Hey
He
bud.
comes with the chain sword, which the other ones had not had the chain sword, so it's cool to have a chaos chain sword. Really like that pauldron. This pauldron's pretty dope too. There we go.
So how is that? So a chain store. So explain to me, I guess, how would that really work? Is it just like I mean, is it is there any kind of mechanism in there that in reality would it actually run,
Uh,
or
you ever played Gears of War?
yes.
So I picture it kind of like that. It's kind of like
Oh,
this
okay.
chain sword. It's really good for. I mean, obviously hacking up other Marines, but usually it's like an anti-tank kind of weapon. So they use that to kind of get into larger vehicles and stuff. And then
Okay. Yeah.
the kind of little chaos bolt pistol. A couple
Nice.
of alt hands, pretty cool. And that is it for him. And then the second pickup, another Joy toy.
Man,
So
you're going all in on those, man.
I like them. I like them a lot, man.
They're good. They're good. They're good.
So this is the Dark Angels Blade Champion. So he comes with the sword, comes with the blade, really cool backpack piece. He's got a couple of things here. These are kind of like the middle range ones. Like these are kind of like the real kind of basic ones. So these come with a little bit more accessories. So got, of course, a couple of hands. I think it comes with 4 in total.
Nice.
An alternate holster. So this one does not have the pistol in it. You could also put one that has the pistol kind of sitting in there. So
Okay.
that up depending on if he has the pistol, and then of course a pistol. So he's got the bolt pistol and an alternate head sculpt, maskless. So that's fun. I do like my Space Marines with the masks on, but still pretty gnarly sculpt. So I like that.
And that's funny. I don't think I've seen one yet without the mask on. I see normally they're all helmeted.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot. There's usually like the way Joy Toy kind of does it is they have them in groups of 3 or 4. So for example, like these guys come in groups of 4. The Blade Marines come in groups of 3, and so usually
Okay.
in those groupings they'll have one that'll have like a headless sculpt. And I mean, Space Marines do take off their helmets occasionally
Yeah.
in media, but it's I like the look with the helmet on more.
Yeah. No, it looks really cool. The yeah, unless you're Halo, yeah, I guess you take it on and off. But yeah, if it's Halo, then yeah, you gotta keep the helmet on.
Yeah.
So is there any kind of customizing that you do with those, or is it just like how they come is how you kind of just leave them?
With these, I don't really do much customizing. I mean, like the heads pop off. I haven't played with the arms, and I know obviously, like the hands and stuff, but it's not like
Yeah.
Mythic where they're designed to be sort of pop and swap. But I guess, you can switch out the backpacks for sure, because the backpacks just kind of unplug from the back usually.
Come off, yeah.
Yeah, and then any weapons and things like that. So
Okay. So and those are different from the ones I guess that Seb and I think yourself it's the actual game, right? Because they're about that small or they're kind of
Yeah,
The
I wish I had one up here, but yeah, the actual tabletop game is about that big. You know, they're about that big, and when you buy them, it's just a gray kit. It comes kind. You ever made a Gundam?
yeah, yeah, I've
Okay, so
seen.
it's
Well,
like
I haven't never made one, but I've seen them get
sure,
made.
sure. So it's like in a sprue kit, and you
Mhm.
open it up, and really you can paint it whatever way you like. But I usually kind of like to paint it the traditional, whatever army I'm kind of playing as. But one of the things I really like about these is I could literally take this dude, and the paint apps are so accurate and nice to the actual game that I could paint my model based off of this guy. You know, like they
Okay.
got all the right colors in the right spots, and so it's really cool, especially um, painting one and then kind of seeing it next to the Joy Toy. You know, like the larger version.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
Man, that's crazy because it's like I've seen, there's a comic book place near our house, and we go there sometimes after just kind of check it out. But
Yeah.
they really don't deal into figures. They're really into like Warhammer.
Mhm.
Is it, I guess, 4K or is it 4,000? All right, I'll say four. I'll say four. I'm gonna start 4,000. I'm gonna start saying it that way because
Sure.
y'all
'Cause-
playing Warhammer 4,000 in here. I want to start going in there and say, but
yeah.
no, and just seeing how small the the pieces are and everything. I was like, man, that takes a lot of effort. Takes a lot of precision. I would imagine to try and paint those.
Yeah, it's really all what you want kind of want to put into. I know a lot of guys will just they'll airbrush things. They'll just kind of airbrush it out real quick, and it's a lot less time. But you know what I mean, man. I paint. I like to do hobby stuff. I like craft stuff.
Yeah.
So I want my even if I'm gonna lose, I want them looking good while they're losing.
So I guess with the airbrushing though, don't you still have to like tape stuff off so it doesn't like go into the like bleed into like the other parts of the figure or the piece or anything?
Airbrushing is kind of like for the base colors. Like usually I've
Oh, okay.
noticed maybe about four colors on any given, model. So it'd be like for example, this one, 70% green, and
Mhm.
then maybe like 40% of the yellow, and then like a 10% of the red. Or I'm sorry, this is it's called bone white is what it's called. But
Okay.
and then maybe some accents like gold and stuff like that. So usually it's only about three colors, four colors. So you'll do the base, the main color, spray paint that, and then you'll come in and do kind of however much paint apps you want.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
funny you mentioned bone white. 'Cause immediately I thought of American Psycho when they have like the little business cards and everything,
yeah, yeah.
and Christian Bale's like, "That's bone," it's like,
This is
yeah. So is that all you picked up? So
yeah, that's
just
me this week. Yep.
just Warhammer stuff. Come on, man, you gotta
This week.
like branch out. Kind of had to get a little something different. Get a Toddy Mac. So surprise one of these days. Just go surprise with, hey, picked up this Toddy Mac figure, and it's awesome.
I don't know if I would say it was awesome, but the only Toddy Max I like are the big ones usually. I like, I have the Bane, I have the Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I would pick up the one that he made of himself, if I found that in stores or something like that.
Oh, okay. For me, really, I was able to find some stuff out in the wild.
What is
After yeah, I went to Walmart, and normally I don't go to. It's kind of out of the way from where I'm at, and I was like, let me. Sometimes you get that feeling, right? Like if
Mhm.
you're like, if you're a collector, you kind of know. It's like a sixth sense. It's
Yeah, yeah.
like I normally don't go here, but let me just go. Let me see what they have. Let me
Spidey
just see
senses
because
are tingling.
yeah, because it's like I know some stuff's been kind of dropping a little bit, and I went to it, and normally, again, they usually don't have anything at
Hmm.
Walmart and Target. I mean, Target's a complete graveyard. It's just like nothing is on the pegs.
Hmm.
But I went to Walmart and I picked up the two more for the Motu cartoon collection. So this is Beastman here.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna go all in on the cartoon collection because again, it's just they're you know filmation style. They look exactly like the cartoon.
Hmm. Do the
And it saves me a couple $100 from getting the Super 7 kind of Club Grayskull, I think is what they were called,
sure.
versions. I mean, they're a little bit smaller, but I just love the look of them.
Do
And
the
again, they
legs?
were yeah. They
Man,
have I mean, not the greatest articulate, a wide range, but still, I mean, they got pretty good range.
it's just interesting how well that hinge is hidden, kind of like it to me when you were showing
Yes.
it. It looked like I didn't even see a hinge or anything. So that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I So that's Beastman, and then I still don't have Skeletor. I gotta get him on Amazon eventually, but again, it's one of those things where I went up there like, holy crap, they got a lot of stuff. Even GI Joes. I mean, they had Quick Kick, they had Big Boa, all the retros, the new ones,
Yeah.
Duke and Scarlet and Rakondo. It's like, man, it's like a huge, like they got everything on here. And then I got the cartoon collection Tila as well. So
Very cool.
yeah,
Again, really
again,
nice knees there.
yeah. So yeah, her classic look, and again, just the look on her face. Great, great sculpt.
How long has that
Again,
been out?
was that
How long has that line been out? How long has it been going?
uh probably a few months, I think.
Mhm.
Not that long. I think this is like the third wave right here with these here. He-Man, Skeletor, obviously we're in the first wave, and then Man at Arms, and I think Beastman, and then Tila was next. And I mean, they're just gonna just redo the whole Origins, because Origins was kind of like the vintage style, but with more articulation. Now they're doing it the same kind of molds, but now they're cartoon style. So, and I didn't go fully on with the bigger scale figures. The Masterverse is what they call them.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for cartoon style. I just like, I like the looks of them. It reminds me of the cartoon, and yeah, I can't yeah, can't get over them. But it's always nice when you can find them in the wild, in the stores.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I was like, let me go on eBay, or not eBay, but let me go on Amazon and just go ahead and just start getting a whole bunch of them, because I think she's on there, Beastman's on there, so is Trapjaw and Skeletor and He-Man. Like the majority of the wave is out there already. So I was like, well, I can let me see, let me just see, let me go here. I was like, oh crap, they got more out there. And the boxes were kind of beat up. There was only one Tila and one Beastman, but I was like, well, I'm just gonna open these up. So I
Sure.
don't, doesn't really bother me. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all I had picked up. I've been trying to do some trades with my gonks. Is that how you say it? Gonks, my
Yeah. Yeah.
little mini troll from the mystery.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that Kador, man, or Cador. How you say how you say it? But I'm
I
trying to get
thought you
that
found
Kador.
somebody to do the trade.
What's that?
I said I thought you found somebody to do the trade.
No. So I'm trading my Dubon for the the other gladiator, the Dark Saber
Calavius.
one.
Yeah. Clavius.
Clavius, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's yeah. Buddy of mine wants to trade for that. So like, hey, cool. I don't need the bond. You can have it, and I can get Clavius.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Kador is the one that it's like that's starting to kind of build up steam, because that's crazy how I don't know why, but it seems like for me it's like a sixth sense. Like I when as soon as I saw him on the list for the mystery boxes, I was like, oh man, I gotta get him. And it's like every time I want something, it usually is the big kind of get, because I go in the cabal and that's on everybody's list. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I got this, can I get Kato for this? Or can I, this and this? And or Kato's on my list. I'm like, he's on everybody's list. So oh no, I got a buddy looking out for me too as well, because trying to find a deal. He actually got his on he actually pursed it through the cabal. It was like $100, which not too bad. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. So
Kador is. I'm looking up the photo of Kador now. Yeah, he's the shirtless one. He's got the knight helmet, one
yeah.
pauldron. Cool.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I have to pick the ones that are always hard to find. It's like, or the ones that are always kind of like, chase figures or hard to get. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's see here.
Just a quick note about, you were saying that you found that item in the wild. You should
Yeah.
remember now, Tuesdays. Maybe that's like the restocking day for that location.
Actually, I got it Saturday morning, so it was Saturday when I picked it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I went to go get a haircut, and then went to go. I was like, you know what? I went to Target. That's right next door to the haircut place. I was like, nothing, not even in the NECA section. I was like, well, let me see if I can find. Been trying to see if I can find a T1000 in the police outfit.
Mhm.
So couldn't find him. So like, well, that's when I was like, well, let me try to let me go to Walmart and see what they got out there. And sure enough, I was like, wow, they even had a whole wave of Masterverse, like the current wave that's I guess the most latest one. I don't know if it's wave 13 or 12, but it's like the latest one. And they usually release them in four figures in a wave. Had
Mhm.
all of them. I already have them, but they had them all in the pegs already. It's the
Yeah,
Battle
that's
Armor
great.
He-Man, Keldor, Mechanic, and I can't remember the last one. But all four of them were on the pegs, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I've never seen like a full wave available. So again, like you said, that's probably when they probably just restocked. So
Mhm.
maybe Saturday morning's kind of like a good time, a good sweet spot for that.
Sure, sure. Makes sense.
So I don't know if we want to move on to the, I guess, new releases, I guess, or I'm trying
Yeah,
to let me see here. What? Because I think really off the top of my head, the only thing I know that came out was two things. Let me go to Toddy Mac because this was actually it's kind of, I don't know, kind of getting me back into it, or kind of slowly getting me invested again. Maybe I said maybe just because I don't know if it's gonna be. I mean, I got my Green Lanterns right here on my desk because I mean I think out of all the Toddy Macs, that's like my favorite so far. So, but I know they released this Robin. That's the Tim Drake version. This
that is pretty
from
cool.
Nightfall, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, if it's the Nightfall. See, that's what we. Oh, that's what we need KT here because it's like,
I know he would have known.
yep. But no, again, cloth cape. That's the main thing. Is okay if you're going to cloth capes, then you know
What makes you think that's cloth?
it
That
looks
looks like
cloth. I
rubber to
mean,
me. I think that's just
I
textured
get
rubber.
no man,
Enhance.
no. I, enhance, enhance. Well, I don't think it's gonna let me on here, but it is on my screen, but not on here. But it's like I don't know, man. That from here looks like so up here it looks like this is all plastic around the
Yeah,
collar,
yeah.
and then on the cape, I mean, it's got some perforated kind of. I don't know if it's like holes or kind of it looks like fabric on this
Got like a
side. So
texture on it. Yeah, it's got like a fabric texture.
yeah,
We should take bets on this. I
I'm
yeah,
down.
I
I
think
mean, 'cause
that is a rubber cape that has that texture that he puts on some of his action figures. But I like
you
the sculpt a
think
lot. Like I like the design. It looked like I feel like usually his proportions are weird sometimes, and I think the proportions for this for Tim Drake are actually pretty darn nice.
yeah. I'm still debating on, and same with the Green Lantern. Like these are wrist pegs. I mean, that's always, and then even the ankle pegs. I mean, they're so kind of they just stand out, and that's always been a problem with it just kind of breaks up the figure a little bit too much. Like I don't know if you can see here on my. It's just like it just really just stands out. Like it's just like it's like there's like a middle piece here between his his arm and his hand. It's just like yeah, it just doesn't look right. So I don't know. That's one thing I've always kind of on here on Green Lantern. The ankle pegs aren't too bad, but on there, not too bad either. Again, anybody in the chat, I mean, if you think it's a cloth cape, that's what I'm saying. But if you think it's a plastic cape, just chime in the chat because I mean, I think we may be taking bets on this because it looks cloth to me, especially with this piece here because it looks like it's like kind of turning a little bit from like the way the how it's kind of posing or the
Yeah.
way it's kind of like however he had to put it on there. Oh, there's paintings, man. Hey, Aaron, what's going on?
What's
Of
up?
course, it's like
Likely plastic. I think
plastic.
so.
Yeah, dang it. I don't know. We'll
Um,
see.
Hold up. It's probably plastic.
But overall, I mean, good figure, and I need to figure out who made this Dio.
Oh yeah, sick dial for sure.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
nice.
I'm surprised McFarlane hasn't made more dios. Like, I feel like he's really good at that too.
Has well, as far as like he has made the um unless
Batman.
he did make the Batman ones, yeah. So
He made
yeah,
two Batman.
yep. Yeah. Actually, three, right? The because I have the Wayne Manor, then the Batcave, and then
Right.
the villains, right? The villains there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, pretty. I mean, kind of basic, it just kind of folds around and kind of gives you like a background. But if you got into like kind of this realm more like NECA, yeah, I mean that would be that'd be pretty nice. Pain saying unless it's 40, it's plastic.
Probably true.
What is the price point? I mean, because even if it's a deluxe figure, because deluxe they don't go as high. Do they go up to 40?
Yeah. Yeah,
Gotta
that's
pay
usually
extra
how
for
much.
that software.
That's usually like the $40 range is like, for example, I think Swamp Thing or like the Mega Figs. But I don't know about
Oh,
like the smaller deluxe ones.
yeah. But the thing is, like the Affleck Batman, though, the recent one that it just came out with, though, he's got a cloth cape, though.
He
So
definitely.
again, and I keep seeing him. So he's the one that does keep showing up at Target, and it's like it's only one of them I always see. It might be the same one I see every time I go in there. So eventually, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger on it because I do believe, and I think we kind of talked about this in the chat, in our group chat was I've I'm kind of on the fence between Batman 89 Keaton and Affleck Batman or BVS Batman as far as having the better bat suit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those two. And then we kind of dived into like we kind of like, well, Batman Forever would have been nice except for the chess piece. And then,
Yeah. Yeah.
we kind of kind of just all kind of like devolved after that. But it's like, well, Batman Robin, the last act, the free suits, I guess is what they were called. They weren't too bad, but it's like, nah,
Yeah.
no, it's
I
like
don't
that's
know.
we don't need to, yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
But
there's something classic about that Keaton Batman, but at the same time, the Batfleck Batman outfit very cool.
did we bring this up last time? The Bane, because
Nope.
this is you're definitely gonna get right.
No, I already have the other one. I think the other one is the superior one out of these two. I mean, this one is more
Why
like the
not
Night.
two?
¿Por qué
Yeah.
no los dos? I don't know. I just can't see me using this one over the other one for a photo, especially after like I did a little customizing with mine. Like I painted up some of the tubing and I got those alternate open hands for them.
Oh, okay. I mean, uh, yeah. I mean, if I didn't get the Mondo Bane, then I'm not gonna get. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna. No reason for me to get this, but that. But this reminds me, though. Again, I'm still on this cape thing. I think the Nightfall. Didn't they release a Nightfall Batman that's going to be have a cloth cape too? I thought they had announced or they teased it or something.
I do remember seeing a Nightfall Batman. I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, and had the cloth cape and everything. So again, it may be going towards cloth capes. I mean, I think that's what a lot of the fans. I know for me, I kind of prefer a cloth cape just because it's nostalgia from superhero figures from back in the day. So
Raven,
one cool thing about
Raven
this though,
had a counterpoint.
oh, what do you say? Let's see
Uh,
here. Oh,
he's saying it's
it's
soft.
uh, that's what I'm saying, man. There you go. I mean, it's again, I'm just because the way this flap here is turning, I'm just stuck on that one. It's like if it, why would I mean it should all be kind of like facing forward. It should be facing front. It shouldn't be like really turned in that way. That's what I'm thinking. That when he posed it and set the pickup, I think it was for whatever reason that little piece right there just kind of turned a little bit.
He said zoom in.
Yeah,
You can.
and that
We tried the zooming.
and
It
this
didn't.
yeah, but I think it's one of these two right here. But it's like one of these like is where that's the I think that's the giveaway.
Yeah. All right, we're
I
taking
mean,
screenshots, guys, of what you said, and when it comes out, we're gonna we're
one
gonna talk.
one cool thing we were talking about dials is this right here. So immediately, because I still have this set up though, but this is the Extreme Sets warehouse dial. So that's kind of cool that the they incorporated that into the shot.
You know,
Oh
it'd be
yeah, so
funny
there it is.
if
There it is.
Extreme Sets shared it on their Instagram, like, "Hey, check out these great photos."
I wouldn't doubt it. I can't remember who's McFarlane's photographer. Oh man, name escapes me, but it's cool that he does incorporate Extreme Sets. So yeah, I mean definitely. I was using this a lot today on some shots, trying to. I'm in a lot of collabs right now, man. That's what's crazy. Like which I don't mind. Yeah, I think I got a collab every day for the week now, except for I
Damn,
think Monday and Tuesday.
put
So
in work. Putting
uh
in work.
but I mean I like the fact that it's okay. Now I know okay, I have Joe's on Wednesday, I have He-Man on Thursday, I have Cosmic on Friday, I got a what if crossover on Saturday, I have Mythics on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday are kind of free for all. So I kind of just do whatever. But I like a schedule like that. It kind of helps me
Yeah,
because sometimes I don't know what to shoot, and I'm just like, man, that's like I got this and I got that, I got this. And it's like if I got
that's
somebody be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna be doing a shot of you know, we're gonna do a collab, all He-Man shots or all Green Lantern shots, whatever. Like, cool. I got that figure. I can get to work. So I did a fun crossover too. I'll probably post that on for the before I post on Saturday. I'll post on the Discord or I'll post it on our in our chat. It was a cool little crossover pick that we did. Hmm. Oh, it's still with that classic Batman. I don't even remember him wearing that in the show.
Are you gonna pick that one up?
I don't no, I haven't got any of the 66 Batman stuff. I don't even, again, I don't even remember him wearing this on the actual show. Maybe he did. I don't know. I mean, I've gone back and watched a little bit of it, but it's kind of a hard watch, honestly. As much as I liked it growing up as a kid,
Mhm.
watching back at it, I'm just like, nah, just it's really, really hard. I mean,
Can't
we've had
be.
so much good Batman since.
I feel like the Batman 66, while it was like fun, it still is the thing that kind of made Batman a joke until,
Yeah,
like maybe the Tim Burton Batman. Yeah, at least, and I'm talking about to non-comic readers, I'm talking about to the general
right.
public. But also just based on what you were saying here, I'm reading the comment here, and it says featuring characters from the show and is sort of capitalized the comic based on the show. So maybe this was
Yeah,
from the comic that was based on the show. Nightwing, they're
there you go.
doing.
Thanks, bud. Maybe in the comics he did, but yeah, definitely I don't remember him wearing this in the show. So, but yeah, actually, I just started watching. I don't know. It's on Vice TV, but it's like a series that they have on there, kind of breaking down films or film series, and I think it's called Icons on Earth, and they've done one on Star Wars and they've done one on Lord of the Rings, and now they've done one on Batman. So I just got
That's
to the
cool.
first episode, and yeah, it's really good. I mean, they go through the whole. It seems like they go through from Batman '89, right, with just the early iterations, and then even the show and everything, all the way up until like I guess modern film Batman.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool watching. Just kind of, I always with Batman '89, I always find it funny because just like we were saying with 66 and some of the people that were behind the making of that film, and they were just like when 66 Batman came out, they were so distraught because like you're making a joke out of my Batman. It's just like it's just so
Yeah.
funny, like the passion that they have, and like they were like, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he actually had the rights to the actual film rights to Batman, like at an early stage in the production. Um, and I just watched. I always forget his name, but I've seen him in all the documentaries. I think he still owns the rights. I think you see him on, he's an executive producer on all like any live action Batman that comes out. You see him as a producer because
Mhm.
he always has the rights to them. But yeah, he was very just like, yeah, I couldn't stand the 66 show because that was you're making a joke out of Batman, and Batman was like very special to me. So I made it my my goal to make a serious Batman film and put it on the screen. And
Yeah.
that's what he did. He was able to get Batman '89 out there. And I mean, regardless what you think about it, it's just like, I mean, it's some people now say that it's kind of campy-ish a little bit, but it's like, no, I mean, I think it still holds up.
It's fun, it's its
But
own thing. Like, there's so many
mhm.
iterations of Batman that it's like there's something for everybody.
Exactly, yeah. And now we won't do a ranking of the Batman films. I know we've been doing rankings lately, but maybe we'll wait that for another show, and that'll be a whole can of worms and stuff. So it's
That'd
like
be a
now we
long
won't.
rank.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, then you want to talk about, okay, do we bring Gotham into it? Do we bring
Yeah.
No, it's like we'll wait that we'll wait for another show for that. But one cool thing, another thing that I saw that got released or teased, um, was from Mondo. So Just like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about them getting into the 1/12 scale figures with Ghostbusters, but now they're getting into vehicles 1/6 scale. So this is already starting to kind of get a little bit of a decisive, kind of debate on whether or not what do you see value in it and everything. So me personally, I love it. So this is the Sky Sled, just the vehicle that they would use on Eternia on the show and in the comics and whatnot. So I actually saw I don't think all they had was concept art at PowerCon last year when they teased
Mhm.
this and said, "Hey, we're coming out with a 1/6 scale Sky Sled," and I was like, "Oh dang, like that's gonna be huge." I mean, that's gonna be Batman himself is gonna be, or not Batman, He-Man himself is already pretty big, and to get something that he's gonna ride on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love it. I like the idea of it. Now, from what I've heard, I think the price point, I think it's basically, I think it's gonna be 400 for this thing.
Mhm.
And some people, again, kind of breaking it down, basically, and then not criticizing or not being kind of mad about, but just breaking it down. I mean, $400 for a piece of plastic that really doesn't have any movable parts or anything. I get it, and I'm still on the fence on if I want to get it or not. But it's so dang cool looking, and then to have and it's just part of Motu lore. I believe it was during the original line. It was never released as part of the vintage classic line. It came out in different, with Motu Classics and now Origins and everything. Yeah, there's been different iterations of it, but never in the original one. And it was always cool. You always wanted
It
to kind of
was
see
from the show then.
He-Man or Tila. Yeah, yeah,
It was from the show, and then
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Actually, the original commercial that they had teasing the actual line back in '82 had the Sky Sled in there. It
But
showed
they never
us
used
Skeletor
it?
riding it. I want to believe, I want to believe they never did. I think that was one of the big things. Like, why did they ever, they had a
Yeah.
battle ram, which was where this, basically is the front of it. It kind of, and it was just like you could eject the Sky Sled from the battle ram, then it could fly off and do whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't believe they ever made this piece in the actual classic or vintage line. But again, it's so dang cool looking. But again,
The
this is pretty much
sculpt of
sorry.
the dragon. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I was thinking the same thing too. The dragon
I was gonna say it's
on
it's
here.
phenomenal looking. It's so nice. I mean,
Yeah,
the sculpt, the texture, the paint apps, all that stuff, it's really cool. And it pops
yeah.
really well against sort of like that metallic kinda purplish, silverish kinda color.
Mhm. And then back in the day, it was just a sticker. So I mean, well, I guess it was like on the actual like the battle ram piece. I guess
Mhm.
this was attached to. You just had like a little sticker of the dragon. So, but I mean, again, for $400, this is pretty much you're getting. So you're getting some blast effects, getting the sky sled, and then you're getting the I guess the jet flame for the back stand, and then two alternate He-Man heads. So I think actually this is He-Man up top, and then right here is Prince Adam. So because I think there's a shot of him, yeah, as Prince Adam. I, I don't know, man. Again, as a display piece, this would look really really cool with He-Man riding it,
Yeah.
or Tila, or if you have any other Mondo He-Man action figures and stuff, or statues, I guess you can say. No, I consider them action figures. They pose, they got articulation, but
Do you have
I was
Battle
trying to. I do, yeah. I do have Battle Cat.
So would you have to decide whether he's on Battle Cat or on this thing?
Well, I'm also getting Tila too. So Tila could be riding the Sky Sled, and then He-Man could be on Battle Cat, and they can be riding off into battle that way. So I can,
Yeah.
but and somebody in one of my group chats did raise a good point though, because I think Battle Cat was 500, but again, there's articulation, there's multiple heads. I mean, there's a little bit more value in the Battle Cat, um, than yeah, than the Sky Sled and the Razor. Like,
For real,
400.
yeah.
It's a lot, man. It's definitely a lot. I mean, with payment plans that Mondo has, that kind of softens the blow a little bit and kind of makes you go,
Yeah.
well,
100 for
maybe,
4 months or
you
something.
know. So I don't know, man. I don't. And oh, here's the man right here, fresh out of the shower.
What's
What
good,
is up,
guys?
KT? What is up,
What
dude?
boys? What we looking at here?
You're all cleaned up, man. You're all like freshened up.
I'm all freshen up, bro. It was mad traffic too on the way home.
Let's do
So
this like
you just a little sprayed.
Price is Right. What do you think this is? What do you think this is coming in at, KT?
What is that? Is that MO2 or what is it? Right?
Yeah. It's a
Motu.
sky sled.
I don't know, man.
It's Mondo.
One Mondo 1/6 scale. So
yeah.
Oh, 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know, maybe 100-ish bucks, right? I don't. I've been out of the 1/6 scale for a minute, so don't judge me. You know what I mean?
Try 400.
400. Does that thing fly you
Yeah.
around the room? Like, what the fuck is that? See, man, like,
Hey, man,
it's funny
you got the
because
same you got the same idea as Raven Eyed, man.
it's because it came from the kaiju soft vinyl toy world. We knew of Mondo toys, whatever. We knew of them for like their kaiju, monster horror type, type stuff. But I never really knew them for their figures. So I have no idea. I just knew Mondo was like mainstream, and then like the scene I was in was more of the indie artist scene, corner.
Yeah.
I mean, they make cool stuff,
again,
but yeah, from what I gather is I figure they're kind of pricey. I wouldn't say overpriced. I'm just gonna say pricey because it is 1/6 scale. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like the Rick and Morty
Again,
stuff is cool. I saw the Rick and Morty 1/6 scale stuff. It's cool. I wish it was articulated and not just swap out arms, swap out legs, type of jazz thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's what I gotta say.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I think I'm on the fence with it. Like I was telling Chris, it's like it's tough, man, especially with the payment plans. But again, with Battle Cat, so Battle Cat was like he was over 500, so he was close to like 520 or something like that, 525.
But that goes with something, right? Because there's no body with it, so you have to buy another thing to complement it, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah. So I mean, so unless you don't have a figure already, what's that? The actual Mondo figure?
How much is the figure that goes with that? Let me ask.
So a Mondo figure probably 250. Let's just say 250.
250, but that's 400.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And is that like a flagship vehicle that He-Man used in the source material?
Yeah. We I was kind of going over it with Chris. Yeah, it is kind of a
that's like his Batmobile.
His Batmobile.
Kind of. Yeah, I guess you can say it. What's up? No chewing?
What's up, no chewing? What's good, man? What time did we start today, by the way?
Oh man, you're like 40 minutes late, bro.
I told you 7 was cutting it, all right? But I tried, man.
We started on. No, you're good, man. You're good. We held the fort down where you were gone.
We've been on since 5 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Chris, I know that's a lot from your ass, all right?
It's just been rolling, man.
Mr. Busybody.
Called out.
But no, we went through what we had, what we picked up, and then kind of started going through the new reveals. So I mean, we ended up on here, but again, it's going to be a lot of people in the Motu community are going to be talking about it, just because again, is the value there? Some can be like, yes.
What have you seen so far? What is the feedback so far in there? Like, were people like happy about it, or were they like,
I mean, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of people like, well, I mean, I don't know. What's that?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, if you read the comments, Emerald Knight Photos seems to be really excited about it.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited by it, but I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger on it. Just put it that way. Because space being the issue. I was trying to remember. So the Hot Toys Batmobile, that was that 600 or was it like 400? I meant to look for that before we started the show because I was like, I knew that was kind of pricey, but I know Hot Toys is kind of it's like a different level.
And it works too, like rolled and shit.
But still, I mean.
Nah, I mean, yeah, man. Also, you have to think,
again.
Do you want it just for display, or do you want it actually for like playability? Playability wise,
right?
I mean, I don't know how Mondo Toys feels, but I know Hot Toys is.
And that's the thing.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
I just said
Mondo.
Hot Toys is a pain in the ass to
I mean, there is some
articulate, so
playability there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with Mondo, I mean, there is some playability there, but it's just I mostly just have them like you know, in a DTOF. I just have them for display. And this would be cool again, having He-Man on this or having another character on here riding it. That would be pretty cool. But I don't know.
Now, does Mondo Toys quality allow you to have He-Man position like whatever, crouched down, joints bent on that thing without deterioration?
I mean, so
it's not a seamless body.
Well, I mean, it's basically an oversized figure, as you can see. I mean, he just has furry underwear, you know, and he's got his joints, everything's kind of exposed here. So again, he's got full articulation, and yeah, he could easily ride this thing. Again, yeah, I know what you're talking.
It'd be fun to take a shot of this on the water, like a jet ski, kind of. It looks like a jet ski.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what's that Flash? You know that movie about the football player. What's it called? Flash
Gordon.
Flash Gordon. I was just,
Flash.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
I don't know what came first, but yeah, they may have taken inspiration.
Of course, He-Man came first. There's no way Flash Gordon came before He-Man.
Well, the timeline, man, because I think Motu was 82 when it kind of started, and then I don't know when Flash Gordon was. I don't know if it was.
Well, Flash Gordon was comic book. Wasn't Flash Gordon a comic book for a movie? Flash Gordon was 1980.
Okay, so yeah, they might. Motu was definitely 82. I mean, that Motu was definitely 82, 80. Yeah, it was. I think the figures
took inspiration from Flash Gordon, Flash whatever fucking name is. Yeah, Flash Gordon.
Maybe. I mean, it's very possible.
Wasn't that movie premise pitched on the fact that they just wanted to cast at the time, popular football player into a movie? Like, I don't know. Is that not wrong? Is that not right?
I don't know.
Right, wasn't the actor an actual football player? Am I wrong?
Sam Jones, I think he was.
Yeah.
I know he played. Yeah, he might have played football, and then he was trying to break out into films. But I mean, Flash Gordon himself was
my whole education on Flash Gordon is based on Ted. So you forgive me if I'm saying some false shit here.
If that's how you know about it, I mean, because I mean, to me, when I saw it in Ted, I'm like, holy crap, man! So I haven't thought about Flash Gordon in like years, but I used to watch all the time. Yeah. And then no chewing looks fantastic. Has real art on the side of a van in the 70s vibes. Yeah,
for sure.
Agreed.
For sure. Another thing I was thinking about is those effects are probably like 6 inches long.
Which ones?
Effects, they have to be like 6 inches long. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean,
does that rouse you?
I'm sure.
Chris?
Yeah. Look.
Gotta wait too excited.
I mean, if I see this at a convention or whatever, then I may. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty.
At a convention, it's gonna be mad expensive.
No, not buying it, but just seeing it displayed. It's gonna, if I don't end up getting it and then I go to a convention and I see it like in live action, I'm gonna be like, oh dang, like that's gonna be I missed out on that. I'm gonna have that FOMO. Let's see here. What is what's KT? He's got So I mean, like that right there. I mean, what's that? $2,000?
No, what? Nah, this is 500. 500 ship, everything.
And you can put him in the and he can ride with you in the HOV lane, in the carpool lane.
Dude, it's like a little baby. I could like cradle this motherfucker. Like it's
set him up in your window as security so people think there's somebody always home.
And the crazy part is like, dude, I'm barely gonna shoot this thing, like, because it's not like, practical, really. I mean, you definitely have to dedicate. Yeah, you have to plan and dedicate a whole day to this, but just to have it in your room to look at, it's so cool. And I'm not, you know me, guys, I'm not a display person at all. I have all my shit in storage, so this is the only thing I have on display. So this guy looks so dope, man.
You're gonna love it even more after you watch 97.
Dude, I started 97. I'm on episode 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm loving it so far. I think it's so dope.
Good.
I just want to flip you guys off. Well, ha.
At least he can do it. At least he can do it. Hey man, you just need to put that in the car though, man. Just have it be your travel buddy for Legion's Con.
Yeah, man, this thing's cool. I love it. I think it's dope.
So before you got on, KT, we had like a little bit of we're having a discussion on one of the releases for McFarlane. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick.
Ooh, yeah, hot
so
topic.
There's a debate on whether there is a debate on whether this is a cloth or a plastic cape.
I can't see from here. I can't judge. It looks kind of cloth to me, but
thank you. That's it. That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say.
Plastic. It's plastic, dude. Look at the texture of it. Look at the way it's kind of sitting on there. That is 100% a plastic cape. It was kind of back and forth. I feel like we're tied now as far as the comments and our opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, this piece is
plastic. How many fucking Tim Drakes did they make? They made a lot of Tim Drakes. I guess this one's more accurate. Like the last Tim Drake they made was like buff, and I was like, why is he?
Yeah.
Why is he like Diesel?
Yeah.
We asked earlier. We knew you would know, but is that the Nightfall Tim Drake, or where do you think that version is from?
I mean, dude, like you have to understand, different artists, you know, they do their own thing, but. If you're asking me,
but there should
Nightfall,
be like a standard look.
I've yet to read the Nightfall story arcs, so I can't really judge on that.
Cool.
I've seen like snippets and like stuff like that.
Really?
I know what happens overall in the story, but I haven't given like an in-depth thread, so I can't. I don't feel gully enough to talk about it like that. You know what I mean? It's on my list.
That's cool.
It's on my list. Cool. That is Nightfall and Infinite Crisis are like two like heavy canon story arcs that I haven't read yet. When it comes to Marvel, like House of M, I think Secret Invasion, like stuff like that, like those type of arcs I haven't caught up yet. It's like weird. I've there's some OG arcs I've read because when I was younger, I had like when I was younger working at a bullshit job, I had lots of time to read comics on my lunch breaks. Mm-hmm. But now like I work a high level job that doesn't allow me that late leisure. So you know, it's taking all the strength. We all have to go through that. It's taking all the strength out of me just to continue to try to catch up on the current X-Men comics, you know, Krakoa era, because in the summer they're gonna start releasing the next era, which is it's you know, it's what's the word, controversial, because you know they're basically taking the storyline saying, hey, X-Men had their own place, their own like Mecca, paradise, whatever you want to call it, and now they're just back to persecuted, you know, people. And it's just like, all right, well, yeah. Rebirth is what the page says.
Raven's Eye Studios coming through. Super sleuth.
Sweet.
But yeah, guys, after that, after finding out those paint defects on my Sentinel on the Toy Mercs, not Toy Mercs, these, well, they were on the live, but the tombs, skeletons,
the collab, right?
Yeah. That's when I was looking, I was posing my shit, and I was looking closer, and I asked everyone, I was like, do you guys know if this is like normal? But yeah, I had to return in. Actually, I just paid $20 more and got a mid-condition one.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the one that had the paint defects, that was the one that was at the comic store. That was like kind of already opened up.
Yeah, that was the guy. Yeah, he owned a toy store, and like he's like, I have 4 of these, and he was like swearing up and down, like, oh, I bought it from someone else, but I bought it as new. I'm like, well, it's not new, because I'm like, this is definitely because I kept trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I just, after like examining, I'm like, dog, like at one point you just gotta be truthful. I'm like, dog, the bottom of the feet looked like someone dragged down a sidewalk. Like it was all jacked up. I'm like, who the fuck does? Someone definitely played with the motherfucker. So I'm like, how you lying to me right now? Like, you know what I mean? And then he tried fucking playing chicken with me. And he's like, oh yeah, just ship it back, and I could probably sell it for more. I'm like, yeah, if you lie to them like you lie to me, sure, you could sell it for. I bet you could sure sell for more. But when they get it, they're gonna have the same complaints that I have. Because I mean, if I'm trying to be easygoing about the defects, I can only imagine, you know, another anal ass motherfucking collector, you know, taking him to the fucking cleaners with that shit. So then when I told him, like, yeah, I'm returning this shit, then he backtracked and he was like, oh, you sure, man? Because I can refund you like $20-$40, and then like you could probably sell it for more, you know, because I live in a small town, you live in wherever, East Coast. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to find someone who's dumb enough to pay more than, you know, the bare minimum for a defective HasLab Sentinel. Like that don't even make no sense thinking it in your fucking brain. So I was like, give me that shit back. I managed to find someone to hook it up for 500 flat out, and that was like the easiest come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. New in box.
Especially because
nice.
I was posting in the Marvel Legend Collector Facebook groups, like, I was like, oh, I want to buy da da da. Everyone was like trolling, like, oh, is it because you saw the last episode of blah 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 X-Men 97? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm very behind. I don't know what happened. I was, and then and I even said so. I said to one guy, and he's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would I lie about this? Like, I really don't like Bastion. Like I found out Bastion's in the show. I haven't got to that point yet, but I found out he's in the cartoon, and that's why the figures that come with the Sentinel, the Bastion, the female Sentinel, went up on eBay.
Yep.
I had no idea, so I'm just like, they're like, oh, you want it for the Bastion? I'm like, dude, why would I want it for him? Like, what happened? And like, oh, he's in the cartoon. I'm like, well, I don't fucking know that.
Also, it's like, do you have one to sell? No, then shut up. Then like, get out of my comments.
Yeah,
like
it's like ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah,
you're like bandwagoner. I'm like, I actually read comics. How are you coming at me like this? What the fuck are you talking about? Damn, man.
Wild.
Oh,
I
haven't.
But if we can segue to the hot topic just for a moment, the X-Men 97, because now that I've caught up, well, semi caught up, I'm like 3 episodes behind. What do you guys think of it so far? How's it developing? And you guys can spoil it if you know more than I do. I mean, I don't care.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Go.
You said
go ahead, Chris.
What's up?
You said you're 7 in.
I think I'm on episode 6. I have to start. I'm past the part where Storm got her powers back, and Professor X chooses to return to Earth.
Cool. Did the whole thing happen with the party?
Yeah, the party and then the
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, it's so weird because I keep expecting to come into that show every episode and like, all right, this is when it's gonna get whack. Like,
yeah.
I keep kind of waiting for that moment. And that whole episode with the dance and all that stuff, I was like, all right, this is the one. But then those last like 15, 20 minutes, I was like, damn, that was such a great episode.
Magneto was thirsty as hell. Like the way they animated them dancing, he was trying to like get some fucking hickeys in. I was like, God damn, Magnus, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
First of all, that episode pissed me off, and like how like Rogue was like wishy-washy with Remy, and then like says we're like literally not even like 5 minutes after they break up, goes to choose to dance with the other guy that was in controversy, and have him grope all over you and then kiss him. Like that is some cold-hearted 304 shit right there.
304.
I was like, dog, if I can imagine like if that happened to me, nah, like bro, what? Like that's mad disrespectful. She's a hooah. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was wild. But I mean, just the animation's so cool. I love the throwback to like the 90s kind of animation. Voice acting is mostly good. After you pointed out that thing with Rogue, I can't unhear it now. I can't unhear it.
Rewatch the episode. It's so creepy. I'm like, wow. I'm like, geez.
But yeah,
I mean, she sounds. I mean, she sounds the same, but it's just like there's A's to it. I mean, it's just like we all get old, right?
That's what I was gonna. That's what I noticed too. I was like, I really hear that, like,
same
old lady voice.
Yeah, same with Wolverine. I mean, the people that they brought back to replay themselves. I mean, they're a little bit older. I mean,
everyone's but her is like really like it's very like prevalent. Like, everyone else, like I can kind of like I'm like whatever. Like it doesn't really like stand out, but her, it's like yikes.
It stands out now.
It sounds like she's been working at a diner for like 50 years. Like,
what do you want?
Smoking. She's been smoking a couple packs a day. It's like it sounds very, very kind of ragged, but I mean, overall, I enjoy it. The latest episode. So it's not really spoiling, but Cap makes an appearance. The last one I saw, I don't think I saw this week's, but yeah, that was. I mean, I was making coffee and then I was kind of like gonna sit down. I had playing. I was like, oh shoot, that's Cap.
You guys can spoil it for me. Is Remy and Magneto being dead? Is that like?
I haven't got to that part. I don't know if that has been. Yeah.
One of them is definitely dead. I'll say that. I don't want to ruin anything for people at home, but one of them is definitely dead.
Oh man,
that's either person. It's an L because like most, like what?
So yeah, but yes, that again. Sorry, spoilers, guys. Come back in about 15 minutes if you don't want to hear any spoilers. But I'm after all of the people that they've had on from other animated series. I'm really excited. Maybe Marvel will branch out. Maybe we will see a animated Spider-Man series. Maybe we will see Iron Man animated series, Captain America animated series. You know what I'm saying? I think that's so cool, man. I think just because the stakes are so much lower than a full feature film, they're experimenting and they're doing so many different things with this that's really pleasing the fans. You know, it's
also because they know that like the core audience that grew up with the show is now like are like 30-40 year olds, so like they feel like they can, you know, actually like amp up the storytelling and make it a little bit more mature, like they did with X-Men '97. Like I wasn't even expecting all the risque stuff in '97, so I was like, wow. I was like, okay.
for sure.
But
I
no,
mean,
Spider-Man animated series will be an easy
yeah.
home run, and I think they would be idiots if they didn't do it, because at last time I read, they Marvel MCU has animated Spider-Man rights, so I don't see why they wouldn't if that's factual.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a weird agreement with Sony that I feel like it's just so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
shit that they should be doing, they can't do or something like that because Sony's being a toxic baby mama about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like if it's a restaurant, then Marvel has it. But if it's a I don't know a store, then Sony has. You know, it's like the weirdest dividing of the franchise.
I just like I can't Sony. I hope Sony the Hollywood division gets hacked again, because like that's the whole reason why they even decided to break bread with MCU, is because that hack back in the day that exposed like emails, like people talking shit about other people, all that jazz. Or your credit cards were leaked and all that shit. So that's what made them their stocks like fucking hit, and they had to like break a deal to like get some new income coming. So I'm hoping that happens again, so they can just sell the rights wholesale to MCU. From what I heard is that MCU owns the rights to the Hulk now, because their excuses to be, oh, Universal won't let us do this, do that. But what I heard is that they own the rights. They just choose not to do it because they think because it's very expensive to employ that much CGI for a Hulk focused film or content, which I think is whack and cheap. But whatever.
Did you guys like the Ed Norton Hulk?
Loved it.
Same, dude.
I liked
Loved
it. Yeah.
I honestly don't know why that. Well, people actually that movie made a comeback, because I remember like people were dogging it when Prime MCU was going on, and then as soon as past Endgame, all of a sudden everyone who used to hate on the Norton Hulk movie was like, oh, this was the best. Da da da. Look what they did. I'm like, oh, you guys are such wishy-washy sheep. You know what I mean? They are bringing back the guy who played who was going to play the leader, who plays the guy who becomes the leader. And he's gonna be in Captain America, whatever, Brave New Worlds with Sam Wilson. So he's a good actor, and that'll be cool to see how they make him with the big brain and green type thing.
I'm still waiting for that other shoe to drop, where I mean we're doing this multiverse thing and everything with the MCU. It's like, have Ed Norton come out one of those portals and like, oops, like wrong universe, and just got like hop back out. I mean, you got to do. I mean, they have to do that eventually. I mean, I know Ed Norton. I think there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that happened with the Incredible Hulk and everything. But
I don't think they'll do it. They won't do it because they know. Like the minute he comes out, like everyone's gonna be like, okay, can we replace Mark Ruffalo with him? Like da da da.
It's so crazy though. I mean, my brain can't even comprehend though seeing Ed Norton with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris. I can't see him with that set of Avengers though. It's for me, it's just hard. I just think of Mark Ruffalo. He just seems like he fits.
The reason why also they're not like, I feel like they wouldn't do Edward Norton, because Edward Norton, like he wanted to show the traumatized, no breaks side of Bruce Banner dealing with Hulk. And with Mark Ruffalo, it's like this, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of like, and then now it's like becomes so like what's the word, watered down, that you don't even get you don't even get the aspects from Mark Ruffalo Hulk anymore. We got the only glimpse we got was during Avengers, where when they had that moment where Bruce was like, "I put a bullet in my mouth," and the Hulk spit it out.
Yeah.
That's as dark as that motherfucker went.
Right.
And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, and then with every movie after, they kept getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And it was just like, dog, come on, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Of course, also that classic moment where it's like, how do you manage your anger? And he's like, "That's the thing. I'm always angry." That was a really another great Hulk moment.
That was
like,
cool,
Yeah.
but then they kept backstepping. They're like, "Well, he can't control it now."
Yeah,
It's like, what?
Yeah.
It got very wishy-washy for sure. I think Ed Norton really wanted to hold that character to like a different standard, and then the studios were just like, "Nah, we'll just replace you."
Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget about Eric Bana too, man. I mean, he's still out there.
That movie was so bad. So bad.
That's
man.
a rewatch. I haven't watched that in a number.
I tried it. It was really bad.
It's
really
I
bad.
mean, that was in early 2000s. So that was like the early renaissance of the MCU with
Jess Connolly is like fake Demi Moore. You know what I'm talking about?
Or no, well, I guess you could say was it Dollar Store?
Dollar Store, yeah, Demi Moore.
But no, I mean that was with Daredevil with Ben Affleck, Elektra, and it was like this whole early 2000s, MCU. They're trying to, well, not MCU, but I guess Marvel, films and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I remember that I was like, oh man. Well, I got what they were trying to do with the comic style cutaways and kind of like the little breaking everything into boxes, like just like a comic book. But it just I was getting tired of it after a while.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Nick Nolte, okay, he's gonna be the big bad. It's just, it was kind of like not a good first impression for it to make a Hulk movie. And then you got an Incredible Hulk, and that was okay. We're in the right direction. And then they just pulled the plug on that, and they just, and now, Mark Ruffalo or the Hulk's, sharing tacos with Ant-Man. I'm just like, oh god, man. It's like, oh god. He's doing the dab and everything. He's just
Professor Hulk wasn't a very long-lasting Hulk in the comics, and the movie version they're having him like so dragged out. It's like, dude, like Banner was Professor Hulk for like a short amount of time. It wasn't like runs and runs and runs of like Professor Hulk. So I don't know why the MCU is doing that route with them. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. I guess they got tired of him just being this big old monster, I guess. I mean,
yeah, whatever, man. It is what it is. But yeah, the next hot topic is James Gunn revealed a promo shot of what the new Superman Legacy guy will be looking like. And this is a lot of controversy because people say it looks like crap, other people say they like it. So what do you guys think?
Can we pull up the shot? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
On it, man. Production extraordinaire.
I mean, I'm okay with this. Look, I will agree, just like in our chat, KT, I mean, they could have done a better promo shot. If this is going to be like our first reveal of the new suit of the new Superman, I could have done better. I get this. I haven't read it's Legacy, right? Superman Legacy is the story that's kind of based off of.
I mean, it was based off of All-Star Superman, right?
Yeah, All-Star Superman.
All-Star.
Is it All-Star? Is it All-Star or Legacy? Well, no. Maybe it's All-Star, and it's going to be called Legacy, right? The actual film is going to be called Superman Legacy.
Yeah, that's his.
So
title,
I mean, yeah. But based on All-Star Superman, I never got a chance to. Yeah, I need to go back and read it, but I mean, it's kind of. I get the idea, right? I mean, there's something going on back here, and
it's
Superman
obvious.
needs to go to the rescue.
That's Brainiac or something like that.
Yeah. Or what was it? What Funk said? He's the Ultraman. I think that's what he said. So you can barely see him in there. But yeah, he's putting on his boots. It looks like he's already kind of had. He's already been kind of. His suit's kind of dirty, so maybe he's already. This is like battle damage from something. But yeah, I mean, he's putting on his boots. He's kind of like, oh god, man, I got to, let me Superman to the rescue. Again, it could have been done a little bit better. Maybe just like a basic pose, like where he's kind of just like the normal hands on the hips or something heroic, not just him sitting on a chair or couch, just put on his boots.
Just like the whole scene is comical because it's like, all right, it's like, okay, cool. If you wanted to do a candid shot of him putting his boots on, okay, cool, that's one thing. but then you have a whole ass disaster. And the way they had the disaster, so it's not like foreshadowing. Like it's not like a foreshadowing shot. That's an action shot of someone being being obliterated.
Yeah.
And you just have Superman over here just saying, you know what? I think I need a size 9. Can you get me a size?
You changed my mind.
It doesn't make sense. I don't get the logic behind the the setup of the shot.
It's James Gunn too, so I mean you're gonna probably have that. I mean, again, I'm always gonna wait till the movie comes out. I mean, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and wait till it comes out, and then I'll see if it's crap or if it's like, you know what, it's decent, or no, it's really good. I'm not gonna base my decision on one little shot, but again, James Gunn's humor and his kind of like what I've seen in all his films, you know, aside from Marvel and everything, that's kind of like I get where he's going with this. I mean, but again, I think what everybody's trying to like decipher is the actual suit too. I mean, yes, I mean the tone of the picture that can be up for interpretation, but the suit, I don't know. Again, I'm kind of like, I do like the logo. That is that is the Kingdom Come logo, isn't it?
Yeah,
But kind of like a variation of Kingdom Come.
yeah.
So I mean the neck piece, that's different. Again, I'm fine with
The neck
things being
piece
different.
is very Year 52. He does have
Yeah,
like a Mandarin collar type suit.
Sure.
yeah. I mean the robe, you can see the actual like where it kind of cuts into the suit. Fine. I mean the little rivets and stuff like that. I never really was a fan of any of that on being on the suit. So and it'll have to grow on me, and it's, you know, obviously pretty thick. You can see like the wrinkles and everything, and then you can kind of see now. Get ready, guys. I'm about to go in deep. Don't get excited.
Money shot.
So I see red and I see a belt. So
Yeah.
it looks like he's gonna have the red undies, which again I'm fine with. I'm fine with red undies soup, so fine with that. But
how's he gonna explain that?
Undies mean hope.
I mean, again, I mean, that's the suit that he rode with Krypton on. I mean, that's what his mom and his dad gave him when he was on the Kryptonian ship. So I don't. Those
On
are his
my
clothes.
planet, on my planet, this means Riz.
We wear our underwear on the outside. That's our no more. You know, we wear it on the outside. We don't wear it on the inside.
On my planet,
this
was a panty dropper, literally.
But I do like the fact that the boots actually do look like boots, like he's putting on, because I think with the Cavill version and it just looked like it was all like just one piece. Like why even have like things that look like boots? They look stitched into the suit. Like it's like they didn't look really you know, like boots. They just look like part of his suit. So I do like that kind of aspect, but I don't know. Like I said, we have to wait and see it. I don't know. This is David Cornswith or something. I can't remember. The actor. I mean, I know he's been bulking up, so yeah, I think it's like David Cornsweat or something, something like that. He's another Brit playing a superhero, but
Cornsweat.
And again, this is KT's you know, dime store Henry Cavill. So
yeah.
Wish Henry Cavill, Timu.
Wish Henry, yeah, Timu Henry Cavill. But again, we gotta wait and see. I mean, that's
yeah. I feel very similar to you. Like, I'm not gonna base my entire opinion on this film on this one image. I do. It was funny. My like just right off looking at it, I was like, this is kind of cool. Like, it's like I like the look of him sort of like putting his boots on, right? I feel like it's kind of like this human kind of, right? I put on my pant leg one leg at a time, like that. And the suit looks all right. I do like the S. The kind of shoulder pad thing looks a little weird to me. Like it reminds me of like the 80s power
this right here
suit kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as an image, KT is right. There is, he pointed out, there is something very weird about him being casually putting on the boots, and then there's this explosion.
Someone's mom and family just being obliterated. Hey, you know.
But yeah, I mean, he looks Superman-y enough. I like the design. We'll see what happens with it. Also, Superman All-Stars is one of my favorite Superman stories. I think it's so cool. For those of you who may not have read it, just in short, Lex Luthor poisons Superman at the beginning, and so he's like slowly dying. And before he dies, he's doing these. I think it's like 12 feats, kind of like Hercules or something like that. He's doing these 12 feats before he dies, and so it just follows him around doing these like 12 things that he wants to do before he dies. So it's like it's a real cool story, and it's also cool that I feel like everybody's seen the beginning of Superman so many times. You know, it's like we always cover that, and so I'm hoping that this will just hop into Superman's already established, and we're just seeing him do some cool shit. You know?
I think that's what James Gunn had said. I think we're just gonna like we're gonna dive right in, and you're gonna have Green Lantern, you can have all these other heroes already in this world, and it's kind of already gonna.
That's actually recent flack that Gunn is getting is that he's making the same mistake that Snyder did in overstuffing his movie. Now I think
I didn't have a problem with Snyder doing that anyways, too. I wasn't one of those people like, why'd you put? It's like, no, I was hyped up.
Snyder haters had a problem with this, so
therefore
they have a problem if anyone else is going to do it. So I think if there's anyone to be a safe bet to be able to pull it off, I think Gunn could do it. So that's actually not one of my criticisms. My criticism more is at the fans' hypocrisy of them being like, you know, for the majority of them hating the shit out of it when Snyder did it. And then when Gunn does it, they're all like, "Yeah, this is gonna turn out dope." It's just like, where was that same energy, bro? Like, you know, that's my only critique is more towards the fans than the actual product itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's you kind of have to like turn a blind eye to that or tune it out, just because I mean you're gonna have that regardless. But I mean, because for me, I had no problem with the way Gunn was doing BVS, like you know, Man of Steel, and then with jumping right into BVS with Batman and then Wonder Woman, and then you know throwing in Flash and Aquaman in there, because it's like, well, okay, if you're gonna copy Marvel, then you know then you're gonna get blasted for now they're just copying Marvel. They can't do anything different. They're just doing the same thing that Marvel's doing. It's like you can't win. It's like okay, we're trying to do something different.
And like and then another thing that flip flop with fans is that at first they're like, oh, DC wants to be dark, like what a joke, blah blah blah. And then like what 5 years later, now they're all like, oh, Marvel's a joke. All you know, it's all comedy. Let's get serious. Let's get dark. He's like, you were just bitching at DC like 5 years ago for the same shit. And now you want that? Fucking annoys the shit out of me, bro.
Hey man, all I know is like let's see what they do. And Lex Luthor in this, that's Beast, right? X-Men Beast from the
Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult, yeah. So that'd be interesting.
Actually, that I'm very happy about because I think he's a very underrated good actor.
He is good.
No.
Mad Max, he's in that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting he plays that guy. But yeah, I seen him in Renfeld. I've seen him in a couple other stuff, and he's always just a great actor. I'm surprised he's not bigger than what he is now. But hey, at least he got a DCU movie. So
yeah, I mean, who knows? This might be. Kind of
and then you have the little girl. Well, the actress who played the young queen in House of the Dragons, playing Supergirl. I think.
Oh, okay.
That actress is like super hot, in my opinion. So I'm like, I'm like, by all means, go ahead. Because what did we have before? We had the other Supergirl was like this, like I don't know. She was whack, to be honest.
like from the show or the
from the Flash.
The show,
she barely had any characterization, and she didn't even look like she was related to like Henry. So I was just like, where are we going with this?
Okay. When you said Flash, I immediately was thinking about the show again, but no, the actual Flash, the Ezra Miller.
No, Flash, Supergirl. I was like, why would Henry have a Latina cousin?
That's how
I guess they were. I guess, hey, Kryptonians, man. I guess they all think they all have black hair and everything. So a blonde hair Kryptonian probably wouldn't make sense. So I don't know. I was just like, okay, that if you're gonna do that, okay, that's fine. I mean, whatever. Helen Slater's always gonna be my Supergirl.
And then like Batgirl? They canceled Batgirl, but it would be so funny if they kept it.
Release Batgirl, bro. I want to watch it, man. If it's
God no.
If it's so bad that they canceled the production on it, I want to see it just for fun.
The only reason why I would want to watch it is because Brendan Fraser plays the bad guy in that movie.
Oh, I
But
love Brendan Fraser.
based on what they showed, what he would have looked like as Firefly, no, no, it was bad. It was.
You want to see it more?
Oh man, I mean, just to see Keaton as Batman one more time, I think I would like to check it out. But if it's really bad as I say it is, yeah, that would be kind of demoralizing. Like, no,
I only want to
see.
The next time, if Keaton was to ever touch a Batman project again, I only want to see him in a Batman Beyond project. Other than that, they can keep it. I'm good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like either have him as a main, a main co-character, or not at all. I don't care. I don't want him then. You know what I mean? I don't like. I feel like it's a waste of talent just have him as like a background character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in Morbius, like he showed up in Morbius for like 2 minutes. It's like what was the reason?
Michael Keaton was in Morbius?
Yeah, during the end credit scene, because Sony, I don't know if that's still their plan, but they're trying to build up MCU style to like Sinister Six.
Ah.
So they had the Vulture cameo in Morbius because they're trying to, and then they have Kraven, the vegan Kraven.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I hope that movie bombs like so bad.
Is it out already?
No, they delayed it actually. They even delayed it because of how unsure they are.
Yeah, they keep pushing it out, so I don't know. I'll wait for it to come out on.
Guess how he gets his powers? Guess.
A car accident.
No. He gets bitten by a tiger.
No, are you serious? No. Well, yeah. So he gets bit by a radioactive lion.
For real.
I'm so serious. In the trailer, go watch the trailer. That's literally how he gets his powers. He's hunting with his dad or whatever, and this powered up lion bites him.
I mean, I said that as a joke. I mean, I was like not even being serious.
How did he get it in the comics? Does anybody know?
It's I forgot. It's like this ritual. It does like a ritual thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like Black Panther kind of.
It's cool. It's like a potion. So yeah. Kind of like Black Panther. Yeah.
Oh, never
it's like because he's also a scientist, or I think he's at least married to a scientist.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think that's how he got his powers.
Dude, that's so whack. If Marvel would have made that, they would have done it kind of like in the Black Panther world, and that would have made so much more sense. Like that would have been cool. That would have been cool for real.
Yeah, a lot better than Namor too. Put him in there. I mean, oh god, I'll give you start on Namor.
You didn't like Namor in Black Panther?
I didn't like the way it was kind of like done with his character because I was like, I don't know.
I thought it was. I mean, he was the best part of that movie. I thought that movie was.
He was, but the way they treated, his character and everything, it was kind of like it was like, I wasn't a fan of that.
That movie was extremely boring, dragged out. The only times I ever got excited is when Namor came on. I was like, finally, and the way that they had him lose was like so nonsensical. It was just like, wow, it was just horrible writing. It just wasn't good. And now we might not even see that actor anymore because he caught an SA charge too. That I don't even know what's the status, if he beat it or not. So he's gonna he might get John majored, or they might just never revisit him again.
What if Marvel's just setting up these actors so they can like just recast people or just like cancel projects?
Dude, it's like what is going on? Like, are they not doing background checks and stuff? Like, what?
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, but I mean, because
people are like arguing, like, oh, bring back John Majors. It's like no, because it's not even because of of that case with that woman. It's because he also has like a bunch of other accusations that are just like hovering over his head. And like, if let's say they decide to overlook that incident with that girl, and if any of these things get through and are proven true, then that's a whole nother shit show that bullshit to deal with. So I'm not for it. I'm sorry, man. Like that's it.
But he's really good at Kang. Can we just not? Just kidding.
He's a good no. He is. Yeah. I am not saying he's a bad actor. I'm saying from a business perspective, from a franchise building perspective, he is not someone I would place a bet on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't risk millions and millions of dollars to just give him another shot because he has too much iffy skeletons behind his closet. You know what I mean? It's just there's more loss than profit to be gained from that opportunity. You know, I mean, it's like, all right, my favorite actor, My favorite actor is Shia LaBeouf, one of the most controversial actors in like in the industry in terms of like working with, right? As much as I would love him in a CBM movie playing like whoever, I know I at the same time I would not fault the studios for not picking him. And this also he was also good, like he was in the running to be picked for a DCEU movie, but they did WB didn't want to take the chance because again he has so much negative negative shit hovering around him. They don't want to even touch it. And I understand it because, like, from a franchise perspective, I want them to build it seamlessly with no controversies, handicapping their work. So like, yeah, I mean, I can even say if I can say that about my favorite actor, then like it's like I think I'm being more than fair to apply that to Jonathan Majors. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah. But yeah, so any other new releases we came out with? Oh yeah, did you show McFarlane's new Bane?
Was that the Nightfall one? Because I think
Yeah,
the 2-pack with the
the
cloth
2-pack.
cape. Yeah, let me bring that back up because I
And then
thought.
there's also the Walmart exclusive Venom that's going to be coming out from Marvel Legends.
So yeah, I did bring this up because we were talking about this because I was trying to get Chris to order it, but he's like, I already got the other one. It's like, but you need 2.
Chris, come on, we need the fist.
No,
I'm gonna get it for the fist.
That's what I was saying earlier. If I had not have purchased those custom fists, I would have gotten it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have the custom fist.
The head is nice, is different, right? Am I mistaken
Yeah.
here? The only thing that's really different is the head and the fists and some paint apps.
I don't think the head's different. I think it's the cell shading that's throwing you off, probably.
Probably.
That blue is cell shading. That's not like costume color. Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting it for the fist, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do with that figure. With the figure without the fist.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take the fist off of this one and put it on the other one, right?
I'm literally just gonna take the fist off that, put it on my original, and then that I'm just gonna like put it in a bag and put it in storage and never touch it again.
The original is the superior of the two.
The Batman though with the cape that's pretty cool. But then I didn't really notice it until just now that he's banged up though. I was like, yeah, that you can see. Well, from what I can see,
I
there's
guess
blood,
because
and then
this is post broke
yeah,
back.
or pre broke back, before he gets broken, I guess. Because yeah, it's like he's got a little cut there, and then I wonder if that shield. I wonder if it's or the symbol. I wonder if it's raised or not, or if it's just like a decal. So I think the Nightfall, the regular version, I think it's kind of like a raised symbol, but that's a neat little cloth cape. It's got a little shine to it.
Is it cloth? That looks plastic.
That one's cloth. Yeah, that one's
that's cloth.
This cloth. Okay. That's cloth. Yeah, it's like almost spandex.
Nice.
Oh, Dead Man, what's up, man?
What's up, man? It's good. Oh, by the way, Chris, I finally got that Plastic Man wave from GameStop, so I'll be shipping your Green Lantern if not this week, next week definitely.
Oh yeah, what was the figure again?
It's the McFarlane Wave Plastic Man Build-A-Figure. So it includes Aquaman with the hook hands version. Blue Superman is the electricity Superman. You know what I'm talking
about?
Yeah. You get it's Black Batman with the golden symbol. I don't know what run is that supposed to be from.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a very 80s 90s maybe type of look. And then you get I don't remember what else.
But I'm saying, what figure do you need the black wash on? Is the question.
Do I need black wash?
I thought you had reached out to have me like weather a figure. I thought that's what you're talking about right now.
That was Medieval Spawn.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I kind of gave up on that project, to be honest. Yeah, just because like I would have to get it shipped to you for a black wash, and then I'd have to go buy Max Bird's cloth goods for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's not even comic accurate, so it's very original. It's not very comic accurate to like, or not. I'm sorry, how the previous manga Spawn.
Yeah.
Like the old one looked. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even look like that. Mm-hmm. So it was just like I don't know if I want. I might still do it when I get bored and I just bought a $500 Sentinel, so I'm a little bit I gotta stop myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah. But
This
yeah,
is
the Venom.
So this
I feel like this was so unnecessary, like as fuck.
really, it looks pretty cool. I mean,
They basically
I probably won't pick it up,
the
but yeah.
3-pack Venom, and they all they did was take off the tendrils and give it a new head, and that's what you see right now.
This is I think what did this say? So this is just Marvel 85th anniversary, but yeah. So Walmart exclusive. This one's gonna be not too bad.
Is that new with the tongue? Is that a new one?
No, that the standard teeth head is new. It's supposed to be comic accurate to the first appearance of Venom.
Is this animated series or is this like just the
This
regular?
is comic first appearance Venom.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't know why they put it on
So why is it the animated
retro part.
like? Okay.
That's the I don't know, man. I mean, they have that also for other stuff too. That's not comic. That's not the comic depiction. So I don't know. Maybe they're lazy. And didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Or just make people think like, yeah, this is the cartoon, the animated version of it. Looks kind of like it, but
not really. No,
Dead Man's asking.
You know why? Because Venom from the animated show had a very distinct lips. The way they drew it on him. For some reason, they gave him DSLs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have that in the comic.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wanted to color his lips. Like, they wanted to stand like they really stand out.
Dead Man was asking, is that a new torso? You don't think that's a new torso, KT?
I'm not sure. It might be a new torso because supposedly the symbol is going to look different on this one than the 3-pack Venom. So I don't know if it's because they're repainting it differently or if they added a new torso. Could be. I think I did read someone say a new torso spin is the difference.
Yeah, because it looks like there's a hinge there, like he can go like front and back, and then like the torso, like a swivel here. So
yeah,
should be able to give him some nice poses though.
I hate that they made it a Walmart exclusive.
That'll be hard.
You
don't go to Walmart,
dude. No. Every time I go there, I'm feeling safe. It's just everything looks so run down. I'm like, oh god, and they never have any toys, so it's just like it's an L all around. You know what I mean?
I love Walmart, man.
You love Walmart? I love
Walmart. Those are my people,
bro. No toys, no physical store near my town has any like good figures. I'm always having to buy online, which sucks. Like recently, with these store exclusives, like I'm starting to realize it's like actually not even because it's like it's very like hit or miss. Like you can't really predict what's gonna like end up becoming rare. Like for instance, Target exclusive Ant-Man retro card. I was like, oh, it's Ant-Man. I could definitely wait on this and wait for it to be on, wait for it to move on Amazon Prime and get it for cheap. No, like half a year later, it's going for double the amount on eBay. So now it's like, oh shit, now I gotta pay $50 for a fucking Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I thought that was a safe ass bet. But then you go to this other exclusive like the Venom 2-pack, the Space Knight Venom and the Mimic or whatever her name is. That 2-pack. That one's you can get that off Amazon off the rip. You know what I mean?
Dead Man says you feel unsafe.
Dude, there's just always this like sketchy like
I will admit earlier when we said what we copped earlier, it's like I got some He-Man figures and I got these at Walmart and I'm like I do go in going I kind of do like I mean I really it's kind of out of my ways to get there anyways, but it's like well it's kind of like that.
You
kind of run
walk
down.
through the door. It just feels depressing.
It feels a little bit run down. It feels a little bit bad and whatnot. So I kind of get that. Chris, if that's your favorite,
best watching, bro. It's the best.
I'm sure your Walmart probably has palm trees. It's in the nice part of Tallahassee. So I mean, that would be nice to actually be going to one that's actually kind of like Florida themed, and you got like the little again, palm trees. It's like Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Walmart in Florida, which I may when I go to Florida this July, I may go to Walmart.
Yeah,
I may
the
go to
Miami Walmart. There's like bachata music when you come in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Dude, it's crazy when I've gone to some of these cities and I've gone to like that's one thing I tell my wife like, okay, I gotta find a Target or a Walmart, because I gotta do some hunting,
Just see
and
what's
she's
up.
like, what?
Yeah.
And so I went to a Target in Chicago, and it's like I went to three, and like downtown Chicago.
Wait, so I have
And
to
that,
ask. Let me ask. The whole toy hobby with your wife. So what are your wife's like honest thoughts? Like what do you think? And like I'm not talking about like, oh, like she loves me and it's something I love, so therefore she supports it. None of that bullshit. What does she hardcore think? Like if you guys were just friends and like you were just like talking your shit, like what would her opinion be?
you got a lot of this stuff here, and I don't know what you're gonna do with it. You need.
But this,
I better
so
not.
like all right, so like my ex girlfriend when we were dating at the time, like I asked her straight up, like, what do you think of this hobby? Like, be real. She's like, I think it's kind of fucking weird. I'm like, all right, I can get that. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
I understand it. Is that the same like kind of
yeah,
like
I mean, nobody
premise?
gets it, but it's just with anybody else. I mean, it's with her, it's with friends, it's with family. They don't get it. They don't. They absolutely don't get like you got a lot of stuff, bro. Like I don't know what you got bins and bins of just like action figures of just toys. I mean, they don't even like it's just toys.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I mean, she's got my
So
back. I
like
mean,
you gotta like shake it up sometimes and act like the bad boy. You can be like you act like toys, but sometimes I'll throw a motherfucker down.
No, these are the Cadillac of toys. Okay, that's what you got to say.
yeah, yeah.
But hold on, let me ask you this: because do people just say this to you, or do you ask them like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Because nobody,
For
I
me?
feel like I'll have people over my house and they'll kind of see my collection. Nobody really says shit. They're just like, "Oh, okay," like
No,
no.
Social
nobody
media
says.
wise, people say that shit. Social
Well,
media
yeah,
wise,
Oh, okay, okay.
you're gonna get that on social
you're
media in
gonna
that
get
case. Yeah,
trolled. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a given. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get. There's gonna be somebody out there that doesn't
Like,
like
oh, you're probably like some 40-year-old, whatever, 50-year-old man in his mom's basement. It's like
basement. Yeah,
Jesus
the
Christ.
basement. Yeah, but no, it's actually a kind of a cool talking point whenever I do have like when I have my stuff. If we have people coming over and they see my collection, I mean, they'll see the wrestling belts, they'll see like all my 1/6 belt. Well, the thing is, I have it in a glass case and I got
Oh,
lights and
okay.
everything. I get
I thought you
everything
meant like
decked out.
you like when people are over, you
No,
like
no,
throw on your.
no.
You're like, what's up, man?
I got him in a detolf and stuff like that. I've actually had people like contractors come out, like people work like plumbers and other people come out, and they actually like, oh dang, that's like, dude, you're a wrestling fan. We should just start talking wrestling, or talking figures. Like, oh, they see the He-Man stuff, they see the GI Joe stuff. They start talking like, you know what, man. I'm gonna knock 20% off of this thing, and I'm just like, oh, cool, man. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna make a deal, man, because that's just like, man, that's just so cool, man. And yeah, I mean, and they'll see my my like when I have my actual like photos and everything, like my camera, all my stuff set up, and the guy's like,
Yeah.
man, do you do photography? Like, do you do like stop motion or anything like that? Like, no, just still photography. Like, oh, cool, man. Are you on Instagram? Like, yeah. It's just like, okay, cool. Yeah. Do you mind if I check you out and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's like we do it. So it's always kind of like that. But like my friends, like my friends and my work friends, yeah, they bust me up sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's mainly it's around the if I say, hey, I just got this prune face mezco, $110, man, that's a heck of a deal. They're like freaking out. They're just like,
Yeah.
what?
Right.
They're like, what? That's like you spent how much? That's where that's where they don't care really. It's like, hey, you do you, John. But at the same time, when they see if they say if they know how much some of these things are, they're like, wow, that's insane. It's like, dog, that's a heck of a deal, man. Like
But
I could pay
it's kind of
175.
like I hate when people play it from that angle because it's like I'm sure you spend that
Yeah,
amount of money on shit that
shoes.
I don't agree with. Like I'm sure
Mm,
people spend the amount of money I spend on toys on like partying,
Yeah,
bottle
yeah,
service,
yeah,
etc. etc.
exactly. Yeah,
And to me that seems like a stupid way to spend your money. So
yeah,
it's like it goes both ways, my man. It's like, you know what I mean? But like
yeah.
when I have to, so like when I'm dating and shit like that, when I'm like meeting girls and stuff like that, I have a very specific routine of how to like break ease it in and
Ease it
introduce
in.
her.
Yeah, yeah,
First, I have to like give them my artist background. Okay, be like da da
yeah,
da
yeah,
da, and then I gotta have to like kind of like draw like similarities and like connections of how how me being a retired graffiti artist translate into toys. And
mhm.
basically I have to express it in a version of like you know, emphasizing its art form, you know, its artistry behind it
Yeah.
to get it to click. And that kind of like smooths the landing, you know what I mean? When it comes to like, it's like so because some of the girls I chase, it'd be like, you know, they're the stereotypical like, you know, smoochies and thotties, and you know what I mean, like your typical like, yeah, I'm you know, I don't play games, my
Yeah.
man, like, you know what I mean, like I shoot high, you know what I mean. So I had one bad like Dominican, like she looked like it was a miracle how she did not have a BBL, because she had a natural BBL. Like it was just like insane, and she was a nurse too on top of it, so she was making money. So
Yeah.
like I had to, like, you know what I mean, I like, she was making more money than me. I had to like play it from a very like, you know what I mean, strategic way to like make it not disqualify me from the fucking, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
from the competition.
It's tough. It's tough, man. I mean, that's why I'm glad I got married first and then got back into the hobby, got back into collecting. So it's like,
That's right, man.
okay.
You don't know how you didn't have to go through the same struggle
It was
that I gotta go
similar.
through.
Yeah, similar with me. Like I feel like when I started collecting heavy, I was already kind of dating somebody for a long time, and so it was
Yeah.
like,
Just
um,
this is, you know,
That's
let's
whack.
go. This is part of the ride. You know, like let's just go.
right.
Yeah, but I do know. Yeah, when I was getting like, but I think when I first started getting back into collecting, it was my wrestling belts. I think that I got started that like early like in the early 2010s or something like that. I mean, I don't have a whole lot, but I started getting stuff like that and started displaying it, and that was kind of like, you know, people come over going like, this is kind of a little bit weird, and then if they saw the stuff now, it's like they'd be like, oh man, it's like that's you went full, you went full overboard, but. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when they see my pictures though, that's where it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that is okay. You're doing something with this. You're not just having them, in bands. I mean, you're working with them and this and that. You're getting some, you're getting noticed, or you're doing this, or you're getting, it could maybe segue to something else in the future. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I like doing it. I mean, it's like it's fun. And again, whenever I do have my figures, like I have like, again, I would even say this, got Mezco Conan on the shelf, before I go to bed at night, I kind of like look at that, go, damn, that's a good figure. It's like, damn, that's like, I mean, you look and like, oh man, that's mine. That's like, it's like, you know, so it's always cool. I
That's how
mean, but
I've been
again,
looking at my Sentinel for the past week. I'm like,
there you go.
I
There you
can't
go.
believe I was like, because when that shit came out, I was like, nah, I don't need it. Like it's too big.
Yep. Yep.
How am I gonna shoot it? Da, da, da.
Yep.
And like what, like since it dropped, what, like 3 4 years later, I'm like, fuck, I own it. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, how that shit, how life
Every
plays out.
every night you're like, good night.
Dude, when I'm watching X Men '97, I put it like standing up where I can kind of see it while I watch my show, just so it'd be like, wow, I had that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I get that.
I think a lot of people do that. Like when I'm watching Conan, like I watched Conan the other day, I had it right there, man, just right there on the edge of my desk. Like it's like now I'm ready to shoot. Now I'm getting ideas.
Yeah.
But
Going back to what you were saying though, John, I do feel like the photography aspect really does like activate the toys in a weird way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like if I didn't do photography, if I didn't do the Dio stuff, it would just kind of be like more of a display hobby where it would just kind of sit in these shelves. And so for me,
Yeah.
like, photography does kind of root it in something that's like semi what's the word? Like semi productive. You know what I mean?
Active, yeah, kind of doing some with them, yeah.
Honestly, I think we can all agree we wouldn't be collecting as many toys as we are if we didn't do photography.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There are some collectors that just that they they do love collecting, like the collecting
Yeah.
aspect of it. But for me personally, if I wasn't if I didn't have the opportunity to showcase them, I probably would be less pressure to be like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need,
Right,
I'm like,
right.
I'd be like, no one's gonna see it, whatever. Like type of attitude.
Yeah, I think that's with a lot of people. I mean, it's a good mixture. There's people that are just straight collectors, and even if they just shoot their collection, like just do a straight on
Oh,
hard
yeah.
shot of it, that's fine. I mean, again, it's whatever joy you get out of that, and whatever fulfillment you get from the hobby. Because again, it gets expensive, and it's like like you said. I mean, I probably wouldn't feel the initiative to go out and get drop $100, man, on this Mezco. Like just like go ahead and just get it.
Yeah.
If I knew like, okay, I want to shoot it, I want to have it, but it's like twofold, right? It's like, I could have my cake and eat it too. It's like I could shoot it and make some, make some great shots and like do some great storytelling with it, but also just have it, just have it there displayed and just looks cool. You know, it just again, if you're not a collector, you will probably never understand the hobby. Like you just cannot get it. It's like my friends. I think I mentioned this in the past. I mean, they like gambling, right? They'll go off and they'll go Vegas and drop $10,000 in one night. And I can't fathom that. Like I that does not compute. Like I cannot. And they're like, well, I mean, that's why it's called gambling. But I'm like, no, that to me that's just throwing your money away. And they want, but then they say, oh, well, what about you? And just having all these toys and everything like that. It's like, well, at least that's something that's mine.
You spend the money and you have something to show for it.
Exactly.
Gambling, you could spend all this money and have nothing
to show for it. Exactly. But again, if it's fun for them or they get fulfillment, okay, that's fine. Or if people want to,
if you're good at it, I suck at it, so therefore I just don't do it. You know.
Well, I mean, dang it, KT, if you had just bought a mystery box, man, if you had gotten Kador, I mean,
I know listen, I have tested it so many times. At this point, I know my luck, and it's shitty when it comes to stuff I actually want to happen. You know, it's always like, hey, luck's always like, hey, Alex, we saved you from dying in that one accident, but we're not gonna let you get this gamble toys and you know. My luck comes in when it counts, but not for like leisure stuff like that.
But see, I'm looking at both of y'all because the whole plan was to all three of us get into this thing, and then at least I would find something good because I know KT, if you had a gladiator, you're like, nah, I don't need this crap, and okay, you know, let's do some trades. Chris, if you got like, all right,
my luck, I would have gotten all stuff that I don't collect, and I would have been just like pissed because I would have been like, I spent like whatever because they're pretty, you know, pricey. It's not cheap. I mean, even for like
$90, like 90.
$75 for one, you know, toss versus I see people like blowing like racks and racks and have like 50 boxes unwrap. I'm like, god damn.
And in the cabal, I was talking to one of my buddies online. I was like, dude, I sent him a picture of somebody in the cabal. Like, woof, man. I mean, he had like a whole table just lined up of
it annoys me
boxes.
in a sense because I'm just like, I want to like ask him like, so like, do you only collect mythic legions? Because I almost have to know because it's like, if you're collecting like multiple toy lines and you have like the money to swing for that, then I get very envious. I'm like, wow, you making bank like shit, like damn,
or something, yeah, or
you know, like resellers, people in toy shops, or customizers. You know what I mean? A lot of customizers buy just bulk legions just to like make new stuff.
I don't know. Some of the people that post on there are just like, hey, I just got into this hobby. Or maybe that's another reason too. I just got into this, so this is a way of me just like just throwing a whole lot of money down and just get a lot of troop builders and chase figures at the same time and kind of just get a good foothold in. But still, I'm just like, damn, man, it's like that's my buddy posted, he sent a video, a GIF, and just basically that's a good way of spending $10,000 right there. Because I mean, it was like this person had a ton of figures and easily probably like maybe 40 mystery boxes, I think maybe 50. It's just like, jeez, man.
I mean, dude, that's like lately I've been on like a Marvel Legends kick because of the whole X-Men like thing. So like now I've been like buying like here and there because like why? Because they're kind of like inexpensive in a sense. Like the max is like $40, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just like it's like 30, it's like $20 to $40 range. So I'm like, well, now I kind of like want all the X-Men. I want like every mutant now. So like last night I smoked and I was just like, I kind of need a Kitty Pride. so I spent $40 on a Kitty Pride. I bought my second Hydra Trooper for like $30. So it's like little stuff like that. I'm just like, a little shekels here and there.
A little bit, yeah.
I have a list here now. And there. I have a list of all like the Marvel Legends, mutants to my knowledge of what's what's like. I have a hunting list, so I think I'll do that. Since Mezco kind of slowed down this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I'm just saying now it'll allow me to have more money in my pocket, but at the same time, I could put like a fraction of what I would use to pay off for Mezco POs to get, to chip off some of these lower tier figs, off my list. So
I think only Dick Tracy and then the
King Conan.
Golden Age
King Conan.
King Conan, and then Joker and Robin, the Golden Age version. So
those and supposedly the mask, but I kind of doubt it, but maybe. Oh, by the way, that's something we can talk about. The mask,
the Jim Carrey mask.
Yeah, no, not Jim Carrey. The cartoon. I mean, a comic book version.
Oh, okay.
What color was the suit again? Was it a white suit or was it a
blue suit?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, blue. Yep.
I have a feeling they're gonna do another variant with the yellows too, because
I
that's just
think so
easy
too.
money.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's like, damn, I have to buy that one too.
Yeah, I remember the comic was pretty. I never read it, but I remember watching like the behind the scenes on the actual film, and they talk about how the comic was very very kind of like R-rated, or was very
Yeah.
nothing like the movie. Like they completely they took inspiration, but they went into a different direction with the film, because the film the comics were a lot more. I mean, like you got like face melting and stuff like that. You got like a
Yeah.
weird, like all kinds of weird stuff in there. So
It's funny because like how you grew up on like the Ghostbuster and I forgot what there's like another cartoon. Oh yeah, Beetlejuice, the Beetlejuice cartoon.
yeah, no,
That's I watched the Mask cartoon as a kid. You know, the kid
yeah,
cartoon.
yeah,
So like that's why I'm like I have a little more of a
mhm.
you know a preference towards it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Y'all were
I love the
y'all,
movie just as much as the next '90s kid,
yeah.
obviously as well. You know.
Yeah,
But what I was gonna
y'all were in
say,
kindergarten, and I was in probably middle school.
I feel like
yeah.
I'm like at the age between both of you guys where like I've seen most of the stuff KT talks about and I've seen most of the stuff Emerald talks about. Like
Well, how old are you again, Chris?
I'm 35. 35.
Oh, so you're like a year older than me, basically.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Chris
why I
a
thought
little
you
bit.
were
He's a
younger.
little bit more he's a little bit more cultured. Let's put it that way.
Listen, every time, all right, so on my personal page, every time like I comment on like controversial stuff, like like first like Drake versus Kendrick beef, like
Yeah.
like that type of stuff. Whenever I comment on this stuff on my personal page, I get so much trolls being like, "Yeah, what are you 12?" I'm like, "Fucking 35, man! Like what? Like, oh, you baby face motherfucker, get out of here." So I'll take it, man. If people can, if I can pass off as younger than what I actually am, then by all
Yeah,
means.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Do
definitely hitting
we?
my limits of adapting my slang and my music taste. I'm starting to reach that age where I'm like, what is this? Isn't music. What is this?
I feel
Yep.
like since I work with kids, sometimes I'll just like adopt certain words. I'm like, oh, why am I saying that? It's like because they say it so
Yep.
much, I just, like, pick it up and I'm like, oh god, I gotta stop saying,
Like no cap,
no
no
cap,
cap.
kids.
Yeah,
No cap, kids. Come
Yeah.
on.
Or
Riz.
bet. Yeah. Yeah.
Bet,
Every
yeah.
time Chris says, bet, I'm like bet what? What are we
I'm
betting?
Dude,
definitely
some of the new East Coast slang is like that these kids are coming up with. I'm like, I can't keep up. It's just like too much. Like
yeah.
I need to Google Urban Dictionary for every fucking thing. And at one point, I'm like, are you guys making? Are you just pulling shit out of your ass? Because I can do that too. I can start throwing random words out.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
do we move on to the showcase for
Yeah, let's do that.
the feature?
Yeah.
So let me pull it up. So this is Master of the Metaverse 22.
Yeah,
See, let me.
he's also I like to point out he's always well, before this week his feature, he's always been a very active and supportive, toy
Mhm.
community member for our group. So I like to, if he's watching, I like to say thank you for that. You know what I mean? Appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
So it only
Steven's
makes
like yeah,
sense. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. Steven's very very um he's very humble, and he's like yeah he when he messaged me, and we're actually I'm in a couple collabs with him, and he's just so like just excited to be the feature, and that's what's I mean that's always kind of like the good thing about this when we feature these photographers, because again we want to feature them, get a face out there, get their work out there, even if you're watching this on the replay, at least you can, you can see his page and see his work. It's amazing. I mean, amazing stuff. And I don't know how long he's been doing it, because he recently popped up like maybe a few months ago on my feed. I'm like, man, this guy does amazing stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
now granted, I'm going to be a little bit biased because again, it's Motu. A lot of his stuff is Motu based, but I mean, he does amazing, work. This Orco shot. I think this was a hand shot. I don't know if it was a sword dork challenge or another challenge, but it was like a hand challenge where you had to like incorporate your hand into the shot.
Hmm.
And this thing just looks incredible. I mean,
Hmm.
I told him like this is going to be the one that we're going to feature on the page, and it just looks amazing. And again, blending of the effects and just everything. Again, I don't know if that's a real background. If that's like he's just outside with that, but
That would be cool. That would be cool if he was really outside.
yeah, yeah. Again,
Either way, it's a good shot if I can tell.
Yeah, right.
yeah, it all blends seamlessly in there. But really good shot. And yeah, I think this is the one, yeah, we did the collab with. So
Yeah, nice
really
talking
good.
for sure.
And then this is I think so. Sword Dork has a reflection. I don't know if I want to do. I'm always iffy on the challenges because I'm always late to the game. I do it last minute, but then I see stuff like Steven stuff, and I'm just like, oh, man, I can't top that. I can't. I can't. I mean, that's just too good. I mean,
yeah.
So again, a lot of his stuff kind of does remind me of Rob's with his effects and everything, and it's kind of again, I like the blame of it. I wish I could incorporate that a lot more. I think Rob uses lens effects, and I played around
Rob
with it
is
a little
very
bit.
creative, though. I will say when
Yeah,
Rob, even
yeah,
like Rob showed me like his process, and even like him. I mean, him giving me A, B, C, D. He's still very creative in how
yeah,
he does those effects. So yeah, you gotta give him like it's not something you can imitate very easily. It's something you
yeah.
have to really do the due diligence and play around with the apps and stuff like that. That's cool. I've always also been very inspired by people who do the live firecrackers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too what's the word? I guess protective of my
Skittish.
toys.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I
What?
know some of those sparks are gonna like whatever do
Yep.
something to that toy.
Not
I
with
mean,
a
you're not gonna.
maybe a
Yeah,
Joe or
yeah.
something.
You're not. Or Hasbro, Star Wars figure, Black Series. Yeah, I mean they're like $20. Okay, that's not a big deal. You're not gonna put what is it
Yeah, like a
the
mezcal. Yeah.
yeah, Constantine or whatever. Let his jacket catch on fire, and just like go up in flames. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not gonna be worth it. That's those soft goods, man. I don't think they'll take too kindly to flames or sparks.
I'm glad he showed the BTS because, like, it to
Yeah.
me that did look like a sparkler or like some kind of practical effects. But one thing that's I'm questioning or I'm wondering about is the water fake because
the water is
I didn't even realize that first, dude.
Because he's just like it looks like he's just like on a patio or some sort of like pavement, and then
I've
he added
asked
that
certain
in.
people about that specific effect that they use. It's on one of the apps. I never really followed through with it because I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Because I think when people start saying when people start talking about Photoshop, then like I kind of like, all right, well I'm done. Like I don't have a desktop
It's
to
tough.
to do that to utilize Photoshop to its detailed full potential. I can only work with my fingers on the apps.
Oh, this is some more BTS. I think he had already posted this shot.
Nice.
Look at that Dio.
I've seen that. I think that's actual house. I think you can get from
BBTS,
Hobby Lobby or something. Oh yeah, it might be. It might. Yeah, I think it just might be a dollhouse. I've seen some other people talk about dollhouses like that.
It works really well for like Michael Myers kind of.
Oh yeah,
definitely
have him in there peering in the background. And then the features. This is actually the first photo that I saw of his that caught me going, damn, that's really good. I was like,
and I do want to take the time to thank Chris because I feel like a lot of our guests are very what's the word? Well, they show praise to the banner. How it's like it's very colorful and clean, and it's like when we invite them as collaborators, and they do accept, it looks nice on their profile grid. It's not just some kind of like cheap, quick put together thing on an Instagram story type jazz. You know what I mean?
Right.
Appreciate. Yeah, we're trying to make it happen for you guys. You guys do great work. So we want to share that.
That's cool. This is amazing. Again, I don't know if these are practical coins, but again, blends very, very easily.
Are any of you guys getting that Giant Man?
No.
Because like this shot makes me think like it makes me feel more like I really don't need a giant HasLab if I can just get tiny ass buildings and then put my fucking 112 whatever Ant-Man or Giant Man and boom I got the same. Don't I get the same effect? I don't know, the same result.
Yeah,
you could. Or in this case, like he made him tiny, so yeah, you can do either make them tiny or make them big with like you said, just some smaller buildings or some smaller stuff around them.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, this is cool
that's
shot.
my jazz. That's my jazz.
Yeah, well, it's a mixture, right? It's part of the crossover collab that I'm in with them. So, and this actually was nominated in the Toy Pick community.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's the not Legos. I forgot what he said. It's
Playmates?
Playmobil or something.
Yeah, I think it's one of the off the not Lego guys. And then of course you got little Grogu there, man. That's Grogu.
About
Gotta
to
have
get
some Star Wars.
blasted by I don't know who is that, KT. Who wears the orange? The Irish guy or the Scottish guy?
Scotty.
That's Kirk.
Beam
That's
me up,
Kirk,
Scotty.
man.
Oh, that's
Is that
Kirk.
your name?
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Kirk
I'll
wears
be asking Scotty.
Kirk. That's Captain Kirk, man. He wears the gold, and then that's probably Bones and Spock, and then Uhura.
Oh,
You're
watch
here.
that, buddy. We're on YouTube. Just kidding.
Lahura. Okay, that's the final shot of that one. So
Nice.
That was good. Yeah, nice.
Nice shot. Like, yeah, those are the NECA, the NECA Jason and Michael. Actually, that is Jason Part 5. So that is actually Roy. That is not Jason.
Oh, that's the makeshift one.
Yeah, that's the fake Jason.
And where's the He-Man from?
This is actually a mismatch. This is Mattel, yes, but this is the new Eternia body, and then the Savage He-Man head. So
Nice.
the little kick bashing with that. Nice. I like this. This was a close up of the alien figures. I think
That's
this is
NECA,
NECA.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably had I think this was probably for on Alien Day, and I always try and like catch the days when they happen, but it's like I didn't have a chance to shoot anything Alien themed on 426, so I was like, dang it!
I didn't even know there was an Alien Day, to be honest.
Yeah, it's 426 now.
Oh.
LV 426.
So is there a Predator Day?
I'm sure there is. I don't know. I mean, you could probably look it up, and yeah, they would have a Predator Day.
It's the 27th. I don't know.
Actually, somebody, yeah. So you had May the 4th, right? May the 4th this past Sunday, but then they said now there's also Revenge of the 5th. So you got that counts as well. It's like, what?
Oh,
like, okay.
Is that why people are posting on? I was wondering why they kept posting on the 5th. I was like, what? I thought people were just trying to, we're just celebrating getting in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, come on, Kate. Come on.
I kept doing this emoji on everybody's Star Wars picks.
I know, man. I bet you. It's like, what's this guy doing? It's like, what? No, Chris. Sid Vicious. No, this is Star Wars. This is.
I know. I was expecting the comment. I hope everybody got the joke.
I'm sure. Some probably didn't. They probably like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's good lighting. I like that
shot. Yep, they're using that dollhouse again. Again, perfect. Works perfectly with this. With Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little shot. I think. Oh, that was his feature.
Oh, forget that. Click it. Nice.
I
wonder where you got that sign from.
Oh, that's yeah.
That seems like Joker, McFarlane.
No, is it? No.
Yeah. Heath Ledger, McFarlane Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I have that. It doesn't look like that.
It looks like he might have added some paint apps to the face, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Because even.
I was more interested in where you got the sign from, to be honest.
Sign's dope. Yeah, cool little ad.
Yep. That's his getting his mugshot. That's a cool pic. Right there.
Where did he get that bust?
I have no idea.
It's gotta be 3D printed.
I like his comment. No idea how this pic happened.
Also, what is happening with April in the background?
I'm wondering, did she make the bust? Is she blind? And is it supposed to be like a like Lionel Richie? Hello? Is she? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, I guess that's the whole point. I wonder how it
What's the caption say?
That's yeah. So no idea how this pick happened. I wonder how it could have come to this. Maybe you have an explanation.
Oh, there you go. We're supposed to write our own stories.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out because my mind is going places it shouldn't. So.
I mean, again, cool pick. I think I'm going with that. I'm going with the Lionel Richie "Hello" music video, and she's April's blind, and she's made this bust of.
Blame the photographers who do the risque stuff. That's making my mind go to naughty places. You know what I mean?
Oh man! Oh, there you go.
That
Asking
Biff?
you shall see. Yep, that's Biff and Marty. But that's I didn't realize that's pretty cool that she winks though, Elvira. But yeah, that's
Winks?
one.
What?
Yeah, she winks. She's
She's got a
winking in
winky
that.
face.
Yeah.
Is it the head sculpt, or is there a live eyeball?
It's the head
No, I
sculpt.
think it's
That's
the head
cool.
sculpt.
Oh, it's the head sculpt.
Yeah. So the head sculpt there is winking, and
So
that's
Elvira, was that like a parody comedy horror
No,
thing?
it started off kind of like she would have these horror shows and she would come on in between the commercials and kind of say something, in
yeah,
between. And then after that they started making movies like once it started
yeah.
like picking up and becoming more
And
popular.
but her whole thing was being like a very slutty, like.
Well, actually, she actually took that from. Oh no, she took it, but it was like there was somebody in the 50s, I think, that had a show similar to that, like way back when.
Oh, okay.
And if you ever watch Ed Wood, I mean, they kind of go like that character is in that, or that it's because she worked with Ed Wood like when he was making all those bad movies and everything. But she had a similar thing where she would get on they would play like the monster movies, and then she would come on between commercial breaks and say something, this and that. And so she actually, I think she tried to sue Elvira, but she didn't win. She got thrown
Why?
out or whatever.
What?
I guess, well, for stealing her bit, Elvira for stealing her bit and stuff like that.
But didn't she play Elvira? I'm confused. What?
So there was somebody, I think her name was Vampira or something like that, back in the 50s, and she had a show. She had the same gimmick basically before Elvira. And then Elvira, because she wore the same getup. It was like a black dress, whatever. She had her hair up, and she would like, again, playing like this sultry kind of, vampirish character. And then when Elvira started doing it, she was like, "Hey, that's the same thing I did back in the 50s, whatever." You can't, she's again trying to sue her, and I don't think she won. I think that's what they said at least in the Ed Wood, like at the end of the credits and everything. Like she tried unsuccessfully to sue Elvira and stuff. So, but yeah, pretty much Elvira, her whole deal was like Chris was saying, like it was pretty much like Joe Bob Riggs, little
Or Spenguli kind of thing.
Yeah. So she would have her show, and she would like say some stuff in between, and then I think her first movie was like in '88, I think, and yeah, I mean, she was well, for her age, I mean, she aged pretty well. I mean, I saw her on something recently, like without all the virus stuff and everything. So she's she's aged pretty well.
Funny pick, funny idea there with the Elvira thing, but this one's really fire.
Oh,
yeah, no, yeah. I love the practical effects and how like it looks like an alien planet. Like the terrain like looks kind of like alien.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this has BTS on. No. Okay, it's just the Star Wars collab. But no, I wonder if this is digital as well, or if this is like actual like practical. I mean, I could believe it's practical. I mean, you could probably just put this in, outside somewhere and just fill this up with water and then put all that in there.
Yeah. Nah, I think that's practical. I would want to say. I'm just.
No, I'm saying this photo.
I'm not trying to be an asshole.
We're laughing at the photo. We're laughing at
the
photo.
Great shot and great use of the camera effect on there.
Yeah.
Nate. Really good. But no, that is Steven. That is Masters of the Metaverse 22. Go give him a follow. Yeah, he's almost up to 4K. So you gotta get up to 4K.
Yeah.
And see, that's always great, man. It's like I see 392 posts up to almost 4K. That's tremendous, man. That's like I got like 1,000 or something like that, man. I'm way below him. It's just like, I mean, that to me, that shows like this guy's, he's got it. I mean, yeah, amazing work, man. Oh, and this is the He-Man
very play and nice guy. So.
Oh yeah, very appreciative. I mean, again, I've been in a couple collabs with them, and yeah, he's the banner, and then even our show and everything. He's just like, oh my god, I can't, thank you so much. I'm like, hey, this is again just giving back to the photographers and just making sure that if they don't know about you, we want to just push that out. Just hey, get them out there, get them noticed, and yeah, this is all about showcasing talent and just showing that there's people out there that may not have heard of them before, or people that hey, I like following Motu, or I like following this or that. And it's like, yeah, it's like this is a pretty good photographer here, man. He's a really good photographer. So check out his stuff.
Definitely. But yeah, guys, with that, we'll conclude this week's episode of Geeked Out Live. Tune in next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll see you guys then. Take care. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night.